Hello lovelies, oversized shirts are one of the biggest fall trends for 2026 as I just covered in this video. However, it's really easy to get it wrong and look frumpy, like you're wearing clothes that don't fit or somebody else's clothes. So today I'm going to share exactly the tweaks that you need to implement so that you look flawlessly chic, on trend, and also ridiculously comfortable. Welcome back, and if you're new, I'm Ziba and I'm so excited that you're here. If you love modern style with timeless taste, make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss a video. While I'm sharing the do's and don'ts, common mistakes, and much more, you're going to see a lot of different pieces and outfits, some of which I absolutely love. So while this is a very hands-on styling video, if you see something that you love, everything is in the description below with sizing, in a pinned comment, here on YouTube Shopping, a little floating frame that kind of sits right underneath the video, and also a QR code in case you're watching this on your television. So let's get right to it. This is exactly the type of shirt that is super trendy in fall 2026. It's oversized. There's some brown stripes. Brown is huge this season as well, but I'm not wearing the right bottoms. So let me show you something that's gonna really make this shirt stand out. It's by Amazon. I've had it for a couple of years and it's super affordable and still looks brand new. I absolutely love it and get so many compliments on it every single time that I wear it. This swap is night and day. You can immediately see how much more flattering these pants are as opposed to the super baggy pants with this top. And you might be asking yourself, why is the transformation so huge? First of all, these are flare leg jeans, which means that they are making me and my legs look a lot longer than I am. This optical illusion isn't just working really hard to make me look taller, but also it's helping balance out the volume of the shirt. So if I was wearing skinny jeans or straight leg jeans and everything was very tapered, it would be better than the baggy on baggy look that I introduced earlier, but it would feel a little bit less balanced than this outfit does. The other thing that's really working in my favor is that I'm wearing pointy toe ankle boots. These are my favorite daughter and they have them in a couple of colors. I can't recommend them enough. They're super comfortable and they have a very elongating look. A lot of times people are afraid to wear pointy toes because you feel like your feet are going to be tortured, and I can promise you that that is not the case whatsoever. My feet are very happy in here. There's plenty of room for all of my toes, and that's saying a lot because my feet are struggling most of the time. So this is a really great way to start transforming the look. The other thing that I did, which will be even more key later, is I unbuttoned the shirt and I kind of lackadaisically tucked it somewhere in the back with not too much attention, rolled up the sleeves, and also unbuttoned right here. So you can see the collarbone, my wrists, and have a visual point for my waist. So this is already so much better than before. Now, if you want to finish this look off and look even longer, then you want to maybe do a trench coat instead of anything short, just to keep that optical illusion going. I'm adding this trench coat by Zazan. I have it in an olive as well because I love it. And it's a great way to have a third layer that's still very light and provides a lot of length as well. It's also casual and relaxed. It's not belted. So it's overall consistent with that more relaxed vibe that we're trying to go for with the oversized shirt. Okay, so now that I showed you that outfit with the better bottoms, what if you're like, you know what, I love baggy jeans and I want a baggy on baggy look and there's nothing you can do to change my mind? Then this is exactly what you're gonna do. First of all, you're going to unbutton your shirt. For most of us, this is a really great target right above your bra strap, and you're also going to unbutton your shirt down here as well, aiming for right around your waist like this. Okay, as a starting point. Then you're gonna roll up your sleeves. So already we're making improvements by showing our collarbone, our wrists, and kind of giving our waist a visual point, even if you can't quite see it yet. The next thing that's really key is finding a way to just open up the shirt slightly so that we can more consistently see your waistline. A couple of ways to do it are by just tucking in your shirt and then fluffing it up like this. And it's created a little bit of an opening that looks really effortless. Likewise, you could also, if you want a little bit more dependability, pull out your handy hair tie. And I love hair tie hacks. And this is a tool that I use a lot in my tucking video that I just did, where I cover other ideas on how to deal with an oversized shirt. Let me show you how this works. Grab the shirt from the inside and then kind of create like a little bit of a ponytail like this inside the shirt. So you can kind of see that you can control how big you want it. And so it's going to create just like a little kind of like cinching, and then in the front it's going to open up the shirt. So it just depends on which one you want to do. If you want more of a shape and kind of more of a scrunchie in the back, use the hair tie. If you want it to look really effortless, not deal with anything extra, I would just tuck it in. That's what I do. And the finishing touch here with the shoes is super important. Because I am so baggy, I highly recommend wearing slight heel. It gives you a little bit of a lift, especially if you are 5'4" and under like me, as well as pointy toe shoes, because that's going to really help elongate your leg. Some of my favorite shoes that do all of that are these suede booties by Inez. This is a 90 heel. They also have a 70, which is a little shorter. So this is a great way to kill a few birds with one stone because they are pointy toes. They also have the heel and they're suede, which is also a huge trend for fall 2026. The other next level thing you can do is wear a belt, even though you're not gonna be able to see it most of the time. This is a favorite. It's a braided belt by Quince. They have 3 different colors. This is a cognac and such a great, classy and elegant look that I reach for all the time. It's also around $50, so it's a great deal. Finishing off the look with this bag by Parisa Wang. It's also a suede, belted, very trendy for fall 2026, and kind of just speaking to the shoes a little bit just to make the look cohesive. In terms of a third layer, this is also where you want to be more strategic. This is one of my favorite moto jackets. It's leather. It's by Saint Sophia. And this was a bestseller all through last spring. But it doesn't quite do my outfit any favors because there's too much shirt hanging out. And so it just looks like I am wearing an ill-fitting top versus having some cool layering going on that I am going to cover in just a little bit. So stay tuned. A better option for this outfit is this funnel neck trench coat. This one is also by Amazon. Such a winner. And it's long enough to cover the length of the shirt so that when I do decide to button, it doesn't look like something is hanging out and it doesn't make sense. Like the layering isn't there. Like the layering just doesn't look right in this instance. So this is a really great way to finish off the look. Okay, now we're getting to the fun part, layering. This is why we love fall fashion, is basically so we can layer. However, you can't tell that I'm layering right now because it's not intentional layering. So you can see that I have my Quince cashmere oversized crew neck that I absolutely love, and I need to get it in more colors ASAP. And I'm wearing my flattering flare leg jeans, my pointy toe ankle boots, and I'm also wearing an oversized shirt underneath. But you can't appreciate it. You can just kind of see little hints of it that are not strategic and they don't do any favors. Instead of that, you want very intentional layering. First thing we want to do is make sure that shirt sticks out underneath the sweater. And next we want to make sure that the cuffs can be seen and cuffed properly. I'll show you exactly how in a second. And of course, the collar. You want to pop it so that we can see it sitting over your crew neck. Now, in terms of the sleeves, this isn't going to help anything. So we're going to pull them up and we're going to find our sleeve. I'm going to roll this one up. You can also use hair ties if you want to hold it in place. Then you want to just flip the sleeve and do the same thing on the other side and make sure that it's very intentional layering like this. So now it really changes the look from not being able to tell that I'm layering to having a very chic look where you can see layer upon layer upon layer. And if you want to take it to the next level, let's add a blazer. Now it's hard to imagine right now, but when the colder months are here, we've got the oversized shirt underneath, the sweater rolled up over the cuff of the blazer, and I just popped the navy blazer on. This one is my tried and true navy one by Zazan that is a bestseller I've had now for 4 or 5 years. I love it, and it makes everything look a little bit more classy. So that really intentional layering is key when putting something over your oversized shirt. Let's talk about how to think about layering something underneath. And my first example is what I'm wearing right here. This is an oversized poplin shirt by Express that is really great. And you can see that there's a lot of oversized mechanics in the actual shirt. Not only that it's flowy and longer than most shirts, but you can also see how there's an intentional oversized nature because instead of having the seam right at my shoulder where regular fitting shirts usually are, this is deliberately bigger to fit like a boyfriend shirt. So this is a really great shirt that kind of already has a look to it in case you're looking for something like this. This is a really great example of how to style your oversized shirts when the weather gets a little cooler and you're craving something underneath. I'm wearing a long sleeve jersey t-shirt. This one's by Lily Silk. And as the weather gets colder, you can swap out this t-shirt for a turtleneck. The way that you can also think about layering this oversized shirt is when you have a base underneath, you can kind of think of that oversized shirt as almost like an accent. So it's kind of flowing with you and there's clearly something underneath, so you can kind of open and close as you will and kind of just have the shirt really move with you and provide a very deliberate accent. Now, for some people, this is going to feel really sloppy and just not them. Choosing to leave an oversized shirt like this untucked is not for everyone. So if you are that person, then absolutely tuck the shirt in and leave that nice space, and it'll still be very striking because the shirt is usually so big that you'll be able to kind of untuck quite a bit of it so that you can still see the volume, but you'll feel a little bit more put together and shapely because there will be a very visual point to your waist and you'll be able to feel more polished and put together. That's probably my preferred way of wearing it. It's rare when I just choose to leave a shirt like this untucked, but it does have a cult following for those that love to do that. Now, another way to think about using this shirt is as kind of like a third layer. So in this example, I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath with a pencil leather skirt. This one's by Zazan. I'll also link one from Nordstrom that is in stock. It also has that really beautiful craftsmanship and a very relevant silhouette that we're seeing right now, which is the column skirt. And I'm just leaving the oversized shirt open. So instead of trying to do anything with tucking or styling, it's almost just providing like an extra layer that feels very effortless and deliberate as well. I'm also choosing to wear longer outerwear with this because this is very elongating, especially when there is so much volume to the overall outfit. When you are thinking about outerwear, you really can't wear anything too cropped or too tailored where it's kind of feel like it's stifling your outfit underneath. You really want to let that fluidity shine. And so the longer outerwear that's not constrained is a really great fit for this. Another way we're seeing the styling of the oversized shirt is by belting it right over on the outside, almost like you would a shirt dress. And this is a really great way to kind of have your cake and eat it too, in terms of leaving it untucked, having a very relaxed silhouette, but still having some control over your shape and silhouette, which feels really relevant. And you can really manipulate the overall vibe and aesthetic of the outfit by choosing whatever belt you feel like for the day, whether it's a very dainty double belt that feels a little bit more ladylike, or maybe something like this stirrup one that sits lower on the hips that has more of a modern feel to it. This is a great place to have fun and also tweak a base outfit so that you get many looks from one. Another unexpected way to style and contain an oversized shirt, which is very fashion forward and featured plenty during the Devil Wears Prada 2, is adding a tube top or corset over the button down. This is a fantastic layering option that looks extremely chic and the perfect mix of 90s minimalism and 90s glam. If you want more ways to style the 90s, check out this video. Okay, we've talked about how to style your oversized shirt with huge jeans, flare legs, a skirt, also from an interior and exterior layering perspective. Let's move on to leggings, because leggings and an oversized shirt were just meant to be. They're destined together. Because with leggings, what is usually happening is that they're very form-fitting, so you've got that bottom half figured out. You don't have to worry about volume on the bottom. And the other thing that's kind of happening psychologically with many of us is we don't want to walk around with kind of like our booty sticking out unless it's at the gym. Like, I don't really love like heading to the grocery store in leggings and shorter top, and it's just not my thing. I feel a lot better when I have something oversized covering that whole area in skin tight leggings. A very chic way to style them in the fall is with slightly longer socks. Now, these are not for everybody. Some people really don't like the way this look. For me, it's just an extra way to add another layer. And anytime that you can just add a little hint of a layer, it's just going to look like you know what you're doing. So this is an easy way to be functional, because most of the time you are craving a longer sock in those colder months. And if anything, it's just a great way to add a little accent on top of your boot. These boots are by Zazan. They were on the best-selling chart for maybe like 5 months last fall, winter. They're beautiful. I love them so much. I almost got them in a glossy chocolate and I can't recommend them enough. They're super comfortable. And these very simple black boots are scheduled to be very trendy for fall 2026. So I love the idea of just putting something on over your leggings, like you might be at home, relaxing, working from home, whatever it is, and then you have to pop out for something, and grabbing a oversized shirt is so key. And this one's actually by Amazon. And they're by the same brand that did the first shirt that I showed you in the first outfit. And I love the quality. They're just beautiful. They don't wrinkle very easily. They wash well and they age well because that one is a few years old. So I love this outfit for that. And then I'm topping it off. Like I'm pretending that it's not August and it's not 90 degrees. And I'm topping it off with a leather trench. But this one's by Nora Hamor. And this leather trench is also something that's going to be very trendy in the fall. So a really easy outfit to put together to leave your house and feel very chic. Next is a transitional outfit that I really love because we're wearing shorts, knee-high boots that are really great for fall. And they're also really elongating when you wear them with shorts, and the oversized shirt. If you leave this alone, it doesn't look bad. I'm utilizing all the things that we talked about, the rolling up of the sleeves, the unbuttoning, and from here you can absolutely leave it like this, or you can start tweaking just a little bit to give your outfit some shape. As we discussed at the beginning, you can do the back tuck or use a hair tie. There's also an easy way that you can just kind of build a little bit of movement around your shirt by bringing in the side of the shirt that has buttons and then weaving it through like this. It keeps the oversized nature and the volume very intact, but it just helps provide a little bit of structure to this very oversized look. This is a linen shirt by Spanx. I've worn it all summer long, and I think it's also a great top to wear through fall as well. This is probably the most oversized shirt of the ones that I have shown you, and it's got a lot of volume. So to have something like this keeps the voluminous nature of the oversized shirt, but it does provide a little bit more structure and focal point to my waist. So it's an easy kind of draping thing to do. The other thing you can do that is always available to you is doing a knot. My favorite way to do that is to bring in one end through the hole here by the waist, and then use the other end and bring it through the same hole like this. And then just one final little tie. And again, you're still keeping that volume. Like you can see it's still an oversized shirt. It just has somewhere to go and you have a say in your silhouette. This is the Will jacket by Suzanne. That is my go-to chore jacket. It's still available. I've had it for like 5 years. I wear it all the time. And it's a great fall jacket when you want something casual but still elegant. There's a lot to love about this outfit. The pop of red, mix match denim, which is very fashion forward and a trend for fall 2026. Knee-high boots that are great for transitional dressing. And best of all, comfort. If you want more ideas on how to tuck your shirt, make sure to watch this video. I'll see you there. And if you learned something today, make sure to hit the subscribe button.